Shalom. This is an emergency broadcast alert, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kadash, in whom we are in great depth. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who were well. Continue doing so, standing firm in the eyes of terror, who I learned this truth from. To the elders, the bishops, Akim and Aquab, salutations and blessings to the house of David. We are the hopeful elect, the GMS. This is your brother Quasiar with part 4, I believe, of Bahrain. And today, or on this one, I'll show you how close we're talking about. Give me a second. So, Bahrain, right? This is Bahrain right there. See, can you see that? Let me see that. See that? Bahrain, Qatar. These are historical points. Okay? These are historical points where we're being denied our our heritage, or the points where we have been. See where it says there, Amman, right? This is the Strait of Hormuz, where all the action is going on right now. Okay, and believe it or not, like I said before, this has been the trading post for everybody in this region, all right, in all this region, to get their goods out. Okay, now as you can see, I've been showing you Dubai, right? Where is Dubai? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it now. I saw an interesting name before here near Dubai. I can't see it now. Anyways, it is. I don't think it's that important right now. Anyways, let's move on, because I'm trying to stick to 30-minute videos when it comes to this. Okay. Nevertheless, what is this? I didn't see this before. Embarrass Island. I don't know. It's probably a man-made island. Who knows? All right. This is Ezra's chapter 1. And we begin at 1. We're just going to read a couple of verses here. Now, in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of... Oh, wow. This... Give me a second. So lucky, this allergy is just crazy, killing me, man. So let me read that again. This is Ezra's chapter 1, verse 1. Now, in the first year of Cyrus, the king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus the king. Salakia. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord, thy power of heaven, so Yahweh Shai of heaven, hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has charged me to build him an house of Salakia, a house at Jerusalem, Salakia, which is in Judah. Who is there among you of all his people? His power be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, the build. Oh man, I kept messing this up. This thing is messing me up, and there's all these allergies. I'll read it again. Ezra chapter 1 verse 3. Who is there among you of all his people? His power be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of Yahweh Shai of Israel. He is the power which is in Jerusalem. And verse 4, and whosoever remaineth in any place where he soweth, let the man of his place help him with silver and with gold and with goods and with beasts, besides the free will offering for the house of Yahweh Shai that is in Jerusalem. So you see, if it wasn't the Lord who that ordained that, Cyrus would have kept. He would have not done nothing for Israel. All right, because it was the Lord who, put it in Cyrus the king of Persia to actually do these things. They recognize a lot of the things of Yahweh Shai. They do. That's why when recent years, when there were some hostages over in that region, America said, "Oh, release the hostages," and the only hostages they released were Israelites, so-called blacks. Moving along. All right, I've showed you this before. This is Jerusalem. This part here, this would be where Jerusalem would be. All right. This over here is Babylon, if you can see it. Woof. What do we got? What do you got? So I asked, this is the next step. This is where I come to Dubai, right? All the things that they have done in Dubai, and who is the one who has given the Arabs the ideas, so they can infiltrate more and more and more and more. This is part of their infiltration, right? Because they thought that they had, everything well in hand. But it's Yahweh Baal Shai who controls this, man. So no matter what they do, or should I say, whatever they do, it's for Yahweh Baal Shai. That's another scripture that says there's nothing you could do for the truth. But let me just get that. In 2 Corinthians 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Right? So there's nothing the people who are against Yahweh Shai they can do. There's nothing they can do that is just going to make Yahweh Shai look better. All right? And this is why we humble ourselves, because we understand this. We understand what we've gotten in, we got ourselves into. But no, it's what the Lord has called us to, right? So we understand that the Lord has called us to this. We understand it. We understand what's at hand, but we also understand what's in it for us, who actually sacrifice ourselves for Yahweh Shai. Verse 9, for we are glad when we are weak, and ye are strong. And this also we wish, even your perfection. Therefore I write these things, being absent, lest being present I should use sharpness according to the power which the Lord has given me to affliction and not to destruction. Finally, brethren, farewell, be perfect, be of good comfort, be of one mind, live in peace, and the Most High of love and peace shall be with you. So yeah, no matter what these devils do, the scripture says don't be envy of these demons. Anyways, there's a lot to come, man. There's a lot to come. So this is what the island looks like now, from a satellite. So you see how they created these little islands. This is what Bahrain looks like now. It's too bad he can't get into it a little further. It would have been nice, but you see they created these little islands afar because it's a trading post, and because it's a trading post, they have to accommodate these boats that go in and out. So remember when I asked you to keep in mind what Dilmun civilization, right? Keep that in mind. So I asked, what happened in Bahrain with Israel in ancient times? History of Bahrain. All right, so it says Bahrain, an archaeological archipelago in the Persian Gulf, has been a pivotal center of trade, culture, and power for millennia, most notable as the heart of the ancient Dilmun civilization. Ancient Dilmun civilization, a thriving hub of commerce and diplomacy in the Bronze Age, its strategy, location. Now, there's a few things that I wanted to go here, but it says Bahrain virtual Jewish history tour. According to the Talmudic reference, Jews have lived in Bahrain since ancient time. It was also recorded in Arabic or Arabic sources that Jews lived in Hagar. Let's click on that, right? So Bahrain Virtual Jewish History Tour by Ariel Shabayab, I don't know, Shabib, and Michelle Bard. You know, these got to be little hats. Nevertheless, you know, got to be prepared to pull out the bones. History relations with Israel. According to the Talmudic reference, Jews have lived in Bahrain since ancient times. It was also recorded in Arabic source that Jews lived in Hagar, the capital of Bahrain, in 630 CE and refused to convert to Islam when Muhammad sent an army to occupy the territory. Now let me remind you that these were the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos, right? These were those tribes. They're not the so-called white men you see today. So put that in your head when you're reading this. Think of that, the conflict that you constantly had with your cousin back then, because guess what? Hagar is the mother of the Arabs, right? You have to put yourself back in time, try to get there. You see the conflict that's going on today in this land, right? It is more than just oil, man. See, spiritually, the Lord is going to bring us back to this region, right? What I meant was that spiritually, the Lord is doing His work. He's doing the work, man. He got these angels working overtime for us, man. Through the Spirit, He's putting certain things in these people's heads that they should come out and tell you this truth, preparing you. The elect, 144,000. Let's keep going, right? So according to Talmudic, and I know it says Talmud, but it also says over here Arabic sources that Jews lived in Hagar, the capital of Bahrain, right? So they refused to convert to Islam. There was a lot of murdering and a lot of enslaving back then. All right, so the part of Cyrus, that's the Lord, giving us a relief from all the turmoil and the hell we were being put through. All right, and we're still going through this. All right, because you think that you're gonna go to a Muslim country and you're gonna walk around like everything's okay, even in Iran, where a lot of the places around in Iran, they're like here, right? It's like you're walking around in a city like everything is like here. You think they're gonna look at you like, nice? You think they might during the day in the commercial area, when you're buying and you're interacting with these, but you gotta be careful, man, because they'll spit at you. They'll spit at your food. Anyway, Muhammad's so this is Benjamin of Tudale recorded in the 21st century that nearly 500 Jews lived in Kais or Kayas, and that a population of 5,000 residents in Al-Khatifa. Al-Khatifa, Benjamin also recorded that these Jews control the local local pearl industry. In the late 19th century, Jews from Iraq and some from Iran in India settled in Bahrain, beginning with the Yadgar family who came to Bahrain from Iraq in 1880. The community thrived in local commerce and craft. The instance that Yadgar became wealthy from the textile trade. Other prominent Jewish families, such as the Nanus, became wealthy in the banking industry. One local Jewish man, Robin D. state, my family came to Bahrain in 1914. Nothing happened to make us leave. Nothing happened to make us leave Iraq. My grandfather was a trader. Trader. You traitor to your people. And when he came here, he just decided he wanted to live here. The Jewish community consecrated a small synagogue in Manama, the capital of Bahrain. Okay, so look, this is why Apostle Tahar says that there are Israelites in that community, real blood Israelites, that they look like white Edomites, but at the same time, those are these gutter rats that found their way back in, all right, through exchange of the money trade and whatnot, right? Because it said pearls, right? And so this is how you find these synagogues in Iran today, which they were blown up. Somebody said they were going. Iran didn't even touch those. It was themselves, right? Because it was proven that they blew that. It was like two synagogues that were blown up in Iran. I don't know how far that goes. Who cares? It just goes to show you that this is what the Lord is doing. All right, this is the Lord's movie. In other words, this is part of all I really have. Really, this is me going through stuff that I researched. To see what it would say and what connections did Bahrain have with Israel, okay? And I mean, we could go on and on with the connections, but I think I made the point already about, this region being the focal point, because it's been there for such a long time, and Esau hasn't been able to infiltrate it. And this is part of his. I guess this is part of his last hurrah. You know, to do so. Anyways, I hope this was edifying and that you can get more out of it, or should I say, you could do some more research, you know, on it. You know what? Look at this. There's a video on this. Deep dive into history. Oh wow! I didn't even see this. Let's look at it before I can play it. Hold on a second, because it says relations between Jews and Arabs go back to ancient times. That's what I'm looking for, and it looks like. Hey, wait a minute. Let me pause this. Nah, man, it's garbage. It don't even say anything about ancient times. It just shows you. It just talks about you know new history and shows you you know new pictures. This old picture doesn't even doesn't even count because you could dress up like this, man, and make it black and white. This is not. This is garbage. It's not even a video. So yes, that's like I said. That's pretty much what I have. I was trying to see if I had if they had any old pictures, like those old black and white stills, and there's nothing. Everything is fairly new and it's garbage. It's not even. It's not even. I don't. I won't consider it. Good for reference. It's nothing. Even when you look at this stuff here, you see if you go into it, you see it's nothing. It's not much. You know. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. I hope this was edifying. Shalom. I'll leave you. I'll leave you with